And good morning, Savannah and the Low Country. And welcome to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report for September 16th, 2023. I'm glad you could join me, whether it's for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. I'm here every Saturday morning talking local sports, national sports, because it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. That's right. Coach's Corner has been sponsoring me since COVID-19, April. I came on the Coach's Corner stage, and I've been here ever since. Got to thank John Henderson and Dell Henderson. And I know big followers on Facebook. John Henderson had a procedure Thursday up in the ATL. He's doing fine. Hopefully he'll be back soon, and please say a prayer because he's the man that does what we do here, and he lets us do what he do here. He's so good to the community. And once again, John Henderson is the man. Okay, so got a great show lined up. Remember, the Coach's Corner Sports Network has 4 shows, 3 live Facebook shows. Well, yeah, there's 2 every week, one once a year, and then we have a podcast. So don't forget, every Wednesday night from 6 to about 7, you got Lawrence Bain. Okay, Lawrence Bain. How about we got Brandon Bain and Lawrence Bennett, the crew that forms the Rubbin' and Grubbin' show, all about NASCAR every Wednesday night. You got to check it out. Brandon Bain has a plethora of knowledge, and of course, Lawrence Bennett, the producer, has so much talent with the technology stuff. Check it out. Go to YouTube, like their page. Also, you got the coach every Saturday morning, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report from 9 to about 10:30. I'm here live 99.9% of the time, so check it out. Go to YouTube, like my page, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Also, we have once a year the 19th hole with the Herb brothers every April. The first week of April, we have the Masters. They do a 5-day straight show, Wednesday through Sunday, covering the Masters. They do a great job. Check it out on YouTube, the 19th hole. Like it, subscribe to it. Okay, and then we have one podcast, Who's on First Base? Baseball podcast with the coach, Karl DeMasi, and, of course, the baseball fanatic, Kyle Lawson. Check that out also. Great lineup today. Got a quick substitution at 9:45. We're going to start off talking about local news, local scores, national stuff. Then we'll get into quarter number 2. We'll talk to Antoine Turner, Bethesda Academy. The Blazers are off to a 5-0 start. Antoine Turner's been there for 20-something years. He's been the head coach for 20 years. Got to talk to him. Then we got his running back, Noah Jenkins. Okay, this kid's phenomenal. He has over 600 yards in 4 games. We're going to talk to him because he's our Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic about 9:30. And then filling in for Memorial Day School head coach Javaris Taylor could not come. The game last night was cut short, but they had a player go to the hospital, so he could not make it this morning. So we're going to step in with the Prep Sports Report Game of the Week. We have 2 games of the week. Check it out on the PrepSportsReport.com website. We got Matt Lazat coming in from Richmond Hill. They're 4-1. Start region play soon. Got to check what's going up there in the Hill. 4 quick questions with Mr. Lazat, and check it out. And then we'll take it out in the 5th quarter, overtime, with Karl's Corner and 3 videos out the door. All right, let's get to the scores, okay? If you have a comment or a question, I wish I can get people to call in, but I can't do that yet. Hey, send me a comment. My number one guest, my number one fan, always showing up on Saturday morning, Dennis Kessler, big Cavalier himself, the Calvary Day School Cavalier. Just look up at the stands. You see a guy all in purple shirt, always has his jeans on, okay, and a purple, I guess, a Cavalier hat with a feather. That's Dennis Kessler. You got to love him. Thank you, Dennis. Yes, Calvary killed Liberty County, and I appreciate you saying I always have a great show, and, it's always a lot of fun doing this every Saturday morning. So give me a comment. Let me know what's going on. Love to hear from you. All right. Okay, so we have first segment, 3 steps in the door. We go high school. That's first step. We go college, second step, and then we go pro, third step. Okay, so let's get in here right away. Let me put up my little scoreboard here. Last night's scores, and of course, it's not bright enough, but let's see if we go to a big screen here. Well, we'll go to a big screen. I also got this new feature, not new, but I figured out. At the bottom of the page, we have a ticker. That ticker is on the PrepSportsReport.com website with the final scores every Friday night. Check it out. Okay, final scores. Class 7A, 4A, non-region game. Richmond Hill over New Hampstead, 28-26. I heard it was a great game. Check out the PrepSportsReport.com. That was our other game of the week. Jeff Bowler, freelance writer for the Prep Sports Report, did a great job. Check it out. He'll tell you about homecoming. He'll tell you about how close it was. Check it out, okay? Then Georgia High School State Associate Class 5A non-region. Carrollton all over Jenkins, 47-14. GHSA Class 6A 4A non-region. Brunswick all over Island, 63-0. Then the GHSA 4A 3A non-region matchup. Benedictine takes care of Hebron Christian, 35-10. Close game at halftime, 14-10, the Cadets, but they shut them out in the second half, and they wound up winning 35-10. They're 5-0. Break next week, bye week next week, and then they open up region with New Hampstead, who's supposed to be their challenger. Okay? Then we go to Class 3, Region 3A. Started their region last night. Like Dennis said, Calvary Day School, all the Liberty County, 57-7. Savannah Christian, 35. Savannah Country Day, 0. Prep Sports Report, game of the week. Check it out. Nathan Dominus does a great job. Johnson, second win in a row, beats Beach 20-9. Long County all over Groves 52-20. And Cross Creek beats Savannah High 28-0. Yes, the game was cut short. Read Dennis Knight's article about what happened there. I'm not going to go any further than that because my show is a positive show. I'm not going to give you how you feel about it. But, check it out why it was cut short. All right, Georgia High School State Association Class A non-region. Bryan County, all over Portal, 22-14. The Redskins are off to a 4-0 start. Pretty impressive. Coach Sherrod, Coach Adams, and that group over there in Redskin land in Bryan County in Pembroke. And in Georgia Independent School Association skis a non-region game. Carlton Prep 3, Memorial Day 0. The game was cut short because there was a traumatic injury in the game. Memorial Day school player was taken to the hospital. I was supposed to have Javaris Taylor come on and talk about, starting out 3-0, and hopefully they would have been 4-0 after last night, but the game was cut short. Memorial lost 3-0. Got a substitute, Matt Lazat at 9:45. Skis a non-region Bethesda, all over Cross Episcopal, 53-0. We'll have Mr. Antoine Turner on to talk about that. All right. New classifications are going to come out. Okay. I'll post all the changes on the prepsportsreport.com website. Check it out. 6 classifications. So who's going where? We're going to find out pretty soon. I think they got a meeting come up September 26th. Then the student count comes out in October. And hopefully by December, we'll have our reclassification regions. Softball got and volleyball rankings. In volleyball, Richmond Hill, 15-6, 1-0 region. They're ranked number 10 in 7A. In Class 3A, Savannah Christian is ranked 6th. They're 16-4, 5-0 in area. St. Vincent's 16-5. They're 5-0 in area. That's going to be a big matchup. Area 3, they're ranked number 9. In 2A, Savannah Arts Academy, 14-5, 4-0 in area play. They're ranked 4th. Class 1A, Savannah High, 10-1, 5-1 in region play. They're ranked 5th in the state. Woodville Tompkins is ranked 8th. They're 5-4, 4-1 in area play. Softball, South Effingham is number 6, 13-3, 7-1 in region play. Effingham, 14-2. They're 11-1 in region play. Class A, Division I, Bryan County, 12-9, 3-2. They're ranked 3rd. Football, we know about. Benedictine's ranked number 1 in Class 4A. Class 3A, Calvary's number 2. Savannah Christian's number 5. Big game next week in Pooler Stadium, home of the Raiders. Calvary Day School takes on Savannah Christian. And in Class A, Bryan County has broke the top 10 in the AGC poll, in the Georgia Public Broadcasting poll, and the Score Atlanta poll. In AGC and Georgia Public Broadcasting Sports poll, they're number 10. In Score Atlanta, they're number 8. Way to go, Redskins. All right, step 2, volleyball. Savannah State off to a 4-1 start in volleyball. 1-1 in SEAC play. They'll play, last night they played Fort Valley State. I did not get a final on that. They play Monday at Albany State. Football, Tigers lost a tough one last week in Florida to Bethune-Cookman, Daytona Beach, 31-6. Today they're home, 6 o'clock against Clark Atlanta. Their home opener. Check it out. Then, of course, other colleges that we follow. Georgia takes on Georgia Tech defeated South Carolina State last week, 48-13. They'll play Ole Miss at 7:30 tonight. Georgia defeated Ball State 43 to 7-10. I don't know. They won big time. 45-3. I know they didn't cover the spread. 45-3. They're home today, South Carolina at 3:30. Come watch it right here for all your Georgia Bulldog news, sports. Right here, there's a gazillion TVs. They got the Georgia Bulldog helmets up. Come check it out. Georgia Southern defeated UAB in a shootout, 49-35. We got a watch party here at 12 o'clock because they'll kick off Central Time, 11 o'clock against Wisconsin. There's a watch party here today at Coach's Corner. They take on Wisconsin in Wisconsin. Georgia State defeated UConn 34-14. They'll take on Charlotte, the Gold Miners, at 6 o'clock tonight. Soccer, Scadmen, they're off to a 1-1-2 start. They play Weber International home at 3 p.m. in Hardyville. The women are on the road at Weber International at 3:30 p.m. So the men are home, the ladies are away. All right. We'll get into the professional sports when I come back because I would really like to get my guest hasn't popped in here yet. So we'll go to step 3, pro sports. Braves, 6 years in a row, 6 straight East titles. Ronald Acuna, 200 hits. They lost last night to the Marlins, 9-6. But I'm just telling you what. They just got to get ready for the playoffs now. Hopefully, it's not going to be a long break, and they don't lose the momentum. So they'll I forgot to take that off. I'm supposed to be on the screen here. There's the ticker at the bottom. Okay. They play the Marlins today at 4:10. Okay. NFL Falcons 1-0. They beat the Panthers last week. Slow down, coach. 24-10. Of course, their running back Bijan Robinson. Bijan, I don't know, but the kid's having going to be great. Number 8 pick overall. He did it last Sunday for the Falcons. You got to check him out. Desmond Ridder was 15 of 18 for 116 yards. Okay, tomorrow, home, okay, in Mercedes-Benz Stadium against the Green Bay Packers at 1 o'clock with no Aaron Rodgers. No Aaron Rodgers for the Jets either. Torn Achilles tendon. It's a shame. Pro golf, we're waiting for the Ryder Cup because Brian Harmon's involved in it. September 29th to October 1st. Champions Tour, Tim O'Neill last week at the Alley Challenge. 2 weeks ago at the Alley Challenge. He finished 43rd at 2 under. He's at the Sanford International Senior Championship match, Sioux, South Dakota, and he's tied for 47th at 1 under after the first round. Savannah Bananas, last game today, up in Cooperstown, Doubleday Field. They had a big ceremony for the Bananas last night. It's just a great story. Just a great story. Jesse Cole, everybody laughed when he named that team the Bananas. But you know what? Everybody is going Bananas. They'll play the Party Animals, and I think it might end in a split tie. The Party Animals against the Bananas. I think if the Party Animals win tonight, they're tied. Maybe we'll have a playoff next week at Grayson Stadium one more time. Savannah Falcons are looking for a front office. Go to Savannah Falcons Football Club on Facebook. Read their information. They need a front office help. They need coaches. They had players try out 2 weeks ago for Savannah Falcons. Savannah Clovers. Okay, the Savannah Clovers, once again, 2 weeks in a row, the game is canceled because of COVID-19. Their opponent, the Chattanooga Football Club, postponed because they have an outbreak of COVID-19. And then don't forget, in the Soundgarden, nothing tonight. Next week, we got Pandora's Box. Friday night, the Ultimate Aerosmith Tribute Band. Then Saturday night, we'll have the Friends of Disabled Adults and Children and Alzheimer's organization. We'll have a music fest next Saturday night. All right, and then October 6th, Night Train, Guns N' Roses comes into play. All right, my next guest is in the studio, so now I got to go to a break. Got to thank my sponsors. Remember, you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Be back in 3 minutes with the man himself. Off to a 5-0 start with the Bethesda Academy Blazers, and that's, of course, Antoine Turner. All the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt, Georgia. Because Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for over 20 years running. It's no wonder why. There's always sports, live music in the Soundgarden, and delicious and abundance of pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick your favorite TV because Coach's is your place to be. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong since 1991 and is always open for dining service for lunch and dinner. Remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. Join John Henderson and the crew for the best burgers, wings, and now pizza too. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's right, remember that number, 912-352-2933. So make your next pit stop at Coach's Corner. And as always, make it a night to remember at Coach's. At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School, we consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. Come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian.
Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Weatherton Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Weatherton Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Weatherington at the Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And good morning, sports fans, and welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, heard every Saturday right here at Coach's Corner on the Soundgarden stage, because it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Love to have you. Love having you on here, and it's all about what's going on, locally and nationally. And we got to talk to this next coach. I mean, they're off to a 5-0 start. I mean, unbelievable season. He's the man that always told me you have to walk before you run, and this group is starting to do that. They're starting to run. They're starting to get it on all cylinders. Region play coming up soon. But he's been over at Bethesda Academy. He'll correct me. I think 21 years and 19 years as the head coach. I mean, he does a great job. He's not just the head coach. He's the chaplain. He's the athletic director. He's a mentor. He does a great job over there. Joining me on the Coach's Corner hot seat is the man himself, head coach of Bethesda Academy, Antoine Turner. What's up, Coach? Good morning. How's it going?
Going great. Good morning, Coach DeMasi. How are you today, sir?
Hey, it's Saturday morning. I'm talking about, what's going on here in Savannah, Georgia. I'm talking about local football teams, and that's what it's about, getting all these kids more love. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. We appreciate what you do. You definitely do that for the entire community, and we appreciate all that you do, sir.
Well, I appreciate your backing and sending me the scores. That's right. If you have a score or a recap, send it to me. Okay, I got the scores running. Let me put up my other message here, so hopefully people could send me their scores, all right? Right there. Text me, 912-507-9158, or email kdemasi@prepsportsport.com. I want to get their stories up there, too, and I appreciate you doing that. People don't know that every school has their own page on the prepsportsreport.com. All right, Coach. All right. Off to a 5-0 start. What is the success so far for the Blazers this season?
Well, it's been a joy working with these guys. As we've talked before, a lot of these guys were with us when we were 1-9. 2 years back when we had 7 starters to leave, and our center had to play quarterback, and that's Tristan Randall. And and so we knew that this was going to be more than a 1-year journey, and just to see these guys have the measure of success that we're having this year have been nothing short of amazing. Very proud of the work these guys have put in. And we just believe that what you do in your down years, what you do in the valley, can determine whether or not you get to the mountaintop. So we're climbing, we're working. The guys have been really working hard in the weight room. Maxes have increased, and we're just proud of the work they've put in so far.
So, you've been there a long time. So officially, how many years as head coach?
So officially 19 years. You got it right. 19 years as head coach, 21 years here at Bethesda, and it's been a joy. So we're glad just to be here.
Now, every year is a challenge as a head coach. We know that. I've lived it. You're living it. But so far for this team, what has been the biggest challenge, and how is your coaching staff and these kids overcome it?
We initially we started with just three of us coaches, and the biggest challenge was just really getting coaches that can come and pour and work with these guys. And we were able to get some good coaches in this year, and so we're very excited to work with this bunch. Our group, they work hard. We've got a transfer over, Cameron Lanigan, that's been a great addition to us and for us. And we got good chemistry with these guys, and so continuously working from week to week. And our goal is just to keep us, every game and every week we want to get a little bit better. And so we want to progress. We want to get better each week. And we talk to the guys often about just sometimes just focusing on us, not focusing on the other team, not focusing on their strengths and weaknesses. But if we can fine tune our strengths, and we can continue to make our weaknesses a lot stronger, make our weaknesses make us a lot better. And so it'll help us in the long run. And so we focus a lot on internally. Our motto here is we can teach how to be a better person. We definitely teach how to be a better player. So coaching from the inside out is what we do. And so these guys have really showed us that they're into the journey more than the destination. And that's been great.
All right, so, off to a 5-0 start, and I know you're an old school coach like I am. We take one game at a time. Region season comes up next, right?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
Now, your region opponents, what do you expect from them?
We have a very hard schedule in that everyone this year are senior loaded. I mean, everyone have a lot of seniors. Everyone have a lot of guys returning. So when you look at our region, Colleton Prep, had returned their quarterback, which is a stud, and some of their receivers. Of course, they lost they were state runners up last year, beat us at their place. We also have Buford Academy, who Thomas Hayward coach is over at Buford Academy now. He brought his son as a quarterback, and so they've got a few more talented pieces at Buford. They didn't lose much last year, and they got a heavy senior class. Buford Academy beat us at our place 35-30. So our region is pretty stacked. Williamsburg, of course, won state in 2A last year, and they're returning all of their skill guys. And so Orangeburg returned a lot of starters, and the coach from Williamsburg, Don Shelley, is now at Orangeburg. And so a lot of moving parts. Northside Christian, they only had one senior last year. And they, we beat them they lost first round of the playoffs last year, but we only beat them 32-15. So everyone has a lot of seniors. Everyone's stacked. Everyone, of course, is trying to get to the mountaintop. So in order to get there, you've got to knock some guys off along the way. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. But again, we're excited about the journey.
All right. So far this season, 5-0. I know we had a forfeit. Team couldn't field a team, whatever the excuse was, or whatever the reason was. Not excuse, whatever the reason was. So far for you, what's your most memorable moment so far? Whether it's on the field, at a practice session, in school, what's been the memorable moment for you this year?
I guess, it's for us, we get an opportunity to go to FCA camp, which is at Georgia Southern. And we normally go to Georgia Southern for FCA camp, and that's Fellowship Christian Athletes. So just being able to the journey, we went to Georgia this year, to 7-on-7. We went to NC State, and FCA allow us all to come together, and we have sessions together. We have devotions together, and it's just been an awesome opportunity just to work with these guys. The field stuff is great, of course, but then when you're able to really get off the field and you're able to laugh together, you're able to joke together and have a good time and really build that camaraderie and get to know the kids as who they are off the field, off the pads, it's just a phenomenal experience. So I think for me would be FCA camp. We're also excited because tomorrow will probably be another memorable moment because we're inviting our team to church, and we have a few of our guys getting baptized. And so these are just moments that, again, beyond the field, it's moments that we believe that are very pivotal.
Well, perfect segue. Okay. So you came here a long time ago from the ATL area. Okay. Yes, you wound up at Savannah State. Yes, it was a calling for you. I mean, I think you graduated, a business degree?
Yes, sir.
And then, you had a calling. You had a lot of faith. You wanted to give back as what God has given you, your faith and everything else. So my question to you is, what's it like trying to get these kids believing in what you're doing here?
It's been an awesome journey. I mean, I get an opportunity every morning to wake up and do what I actually love, but also do what I'm called to do. and it's just an amazing journey to see these guys really move from being young men to men, and we have guys that have played for us now coming back, and it's kind of it's a little uncomfortable sometimes. They come back and they tell you they're 30. You're like, well, are you kidding me? you know it, Coach. I mean, they'll come back and tell you the impact that you made in their life, and you don't get it all the time, but it comes often, and when you do that, you're able to just smile. A kid came back this week, and I looked, and I had to look and take my glasses off and say, oh wow. Fully beard, full beard, hairs down to his, to his shoulders, and hey, Coach, and it's just to know that you're doing what God's called you to do is an amazing feeling, and it just continue to ignite you to continue to do more because there are more lives to be saved, and again, it's always for me, it's always been bigger than football.
Coach, you're doing a great job, and I want to keep to a timetable here, and once again off to a great start, 5-0. Region play kicks in, and hopefully you have a lot of success. And I know you say it, I say it. You got to just tell these kids one play at a time, one quarter at a time, 4 quarters it makes a game, and then one game at a time. You never know what's going to happen at the end. Keep it up. I love you, brother. Great job. Always love talking to you, and you're doing a great job. And God has put you in the right place.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for highlighting all these athletes and coaches here in this area because it's definitely a need, and you do a great job of that. We really appreciate you, Coach Karl.
And you know what it is? It's a lot of fun there, Coach.
Yes, sir.
He also coaches a little round ball, but he's not going to tell us that he's a basketball coach either. All right. I'll talk to you, Antoine. Good luck.
All right, take care.
All right. Next up from Bethesda Academy, Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. This young man has been phenomenal on the field. I mean, in 2 years, he's close to going over 2,000 yards. He's having a phenomenal senior year. He's up next, Noah Jenkins. So stay tuned. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Got to thank everybody. Be back in 3 minutes.
All the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt, Georgia. Because Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for over 20 years running. It's no wonder why there's always sports, live music in the Soundgarden, and delicious and abundance of pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick your favorite TV because Coach's is your place to be. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong since 1991 and is always open for dine-in service for lunch and dinner. Remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. Join John Henderson and the crew for the best burgers, wings, and now pizza too. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's right, remember that number, 912-352-2933. So make your next pit stop at Coach's Corner. And as always, make it a night to remember at Coach's. At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision. Faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School, we consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, At the Weatherton Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Weatherton Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Weatherington at the Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And good morning, Savannah and the Low Country sports fans. Welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Of course, it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. And once again, got to send a prayer out to our man that runs this whole show, John Henderson. Had surgery Thursday, doing well up there in the ATL, and hopefully he'll be back here soon. And of course, got to thank the man who's my producer, the OG of the Coach's Corner Sports Network, Lawrence Bennett. Always checking in, always keeping me straight, making sure my mic is working. It's not hot, it's on. I didn't leave something out. Love you, brother. And you talk to John. Tell him I don't want to bug him. Tell him I love him too. But I appreciate what you guys do for the area. Okay, that means just not NASCAR. It means all the kids, all the community stuff that he has on. Next week, we got a concert for the Friends of Disabled Adults and Children in the Alzheimer's Association. Just special, Lawrence. Appreciate it, brother. All right. Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. This young man is having a phenomenal season, okay? So in week number 1, he ran for 150 yards and 5 touchdowns. In week number 2, he ran for 160 yards and 2 touchdowns. In week number 4, he ran for 222 yards on 15 carries, 3 tackles, and an interception on defense. And last night, I think he ran for 87 yards. I mean, it was a big, wasn't a close game. It was like a blowout game. So I think they won like 53-0 over a Cross Episcopal. But he's having a great season. He's a senior now. Last year, as a junior, he rushed for over 1,000 yards, 12 touchdowns, and now he's a senior. He's leading the Bethesda Blazers. Joining me on the Coach's Corner hot seat, this week's Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week, Noah Jenkins. Here we go. What's up, Noah?
How you doing?
I'm having a lot of fun Saturday mornings talking to your coach, talking to you, just getting the word out there about your kids. But, hey, once again, congratulations. Another great season. You're off to a great start.
Appreciate that.
All right. So, I know you're a track star. I don't know if you do basketball, but I know you're into football. So how did you get started in football, and what motivates you to be a football player every year?
I first started off in Little League. My dad pushed me out to Spanish Stars. And after that, I just started loving it, really. Gaining friends, meeting new people.
All right, so I just said touchdowns, tackles, interceptions. What's your favorite part of the game? Offense, defense, or maybe even special teams? Coach probably has you returning kicks too, right?
No, sir. We got another guy to do that for me. But my favorite part is probably just running the ball. Love running the ball, seeing the guys block for me, and just make it kind of easy for me.
So after 4 games, okay, last year you ran for 1,072. After 4 games, you're at over 600 yards. I got to do the math quick, but I'm not a math teacher. That's why I became a health phys ed teacher, okay? Talk about your rushing performances this year. And, I mean, you got numbers off the charts. I mean, tell us about that.
I had to get all props to my front line. They block good, Coach. I promise you. They make it real easy for me.
You just got me. You just took half of the next question. Okay, what are some of the keys to your success? Hey, if you don't have those big guys up front, or even sometimes in high school football, those small guys, you ain't going anywhere. And if you don't have them on defense to stop the other team, you're not going anywhere. So that's the way to show some love to those Hogs. Can you reel off their names? Maybe give them some love.
We got Michael Henley. We got Jaden. What's Jaden's last name? Jaden Grant. And we got Steve, Keyshawn. We got Isaiah Reynolds. And we got Caleb Dillon, tight end.
I know. As long as you have those those white jerseys, can come up with those guys' names, even their first names. Because I wonder if high school, my quarterback and running backs remembered who I was, but that's another story. That's a long time ago. So, all right. So, I mean, you have your offensive line in front of you. Is there any special thing you have or characteristic you have? You can read the holes when you get to the line of scrimmage, or it's just natural they got holes big enough to run a truck through?
I feel like it's just the way the line blocks. It opens up. Kind of make it easy for you.
I hear you. All right. Do you have any challenges as a runner, or it all comes natural to you?
Challenges. First when I first started off running, my vision was kind of bad, but had to put more work into it. Got better over time.
And if you're joining me now, I'm at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. We're at the Wetherington Chiropractic Athlete of the Week. Senior Noah Jenkins from Bethesda Academy, the Blazers, has over 600 yards in 4 games. I don't know how many touchdowns he has. He's probably already passed last year's total, but he's having a phenomenal year as the Blazers are off to a 5-0 start. So besides the stats, the rushing, the tackles, the interceptions, what do you contribute to the team besides your I guess, athletic ability?
Motivation to the other guys, building people up. Can't do nothing by tearing them down.
So, what's the chemistry like? I mean, you're leading these guys mentally and physically. What's the chemistry on the team this year?
We have very good chemistry this year. Everybody gets along. Everybody know who's who, and everybody's just great.
So you're probably one of the leaders on the team, right?
Yes, sir.
So how does the team look to you as a leader? What are they looking for you? Are they looking for you to be the rah-rah guy, or are you a silent leader? How do you motivate these guys as a leader?
Just put them hard work, Coach. You just encourage them more. Build them up. Don't tear them down. Just lead them.
And I know the next question is tough because I know the man sitting right next to you. Tell us about the coaches at Bethesda, Coach Turner, who's been there forever, and the other coaches. Say something about the coaches and what they mean to you and the team.
Coaches are great. They build discipline, hard work, and it makes you a better man.
You plan on playing football at the next level?
Right now, I'm just thinking about it, but I think more harder.
All right. How about then you're thinking about playing college football? Any future plans outside of football, business like Coach, or theology like Coach did? What's your future plans after you get done playing ball, wherever it may be?
I would like a business myself. That sounds good.
Get into some business? All right. I know this wasn't on my question list, but any superstitions going into the game? Do you eat certain food? Do you wear certain clothing? Do you listen to certain music? What's Noah's ritual before he gets into a ball game?
Ritual. I always have to listen to some good music, get me fired up a little bit. But
any favorite food?
I like pasta. I really do like pasta though. But whatever my dining hall provides me, it's always good.
Whatever you get. Any special clothing? You got to wear a certain T-shirt every game, or you got to wear certain socks a certain way?
No, sir. It's all in the head.
It's all in the head. Just go out there and play. So, all right. Last question. You're leaving a legacy. You're leaving your name at Bethesda as a senior. What message or advice would you give to younger players who want to do the same thing at Bethesda?
Hard work, discipline, and stick to the grind.
Well, Noah, I've been following you for 2 years. How long have you been at Bethesda?
Since 7th grade.
Nice. And you're getting your chances now, junior and senior year. Keep up the great work. And I mean, for what you've done over the first 5 games, that's why you're this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. And you got anything to say to the Bethesda community about the Bethesda Blazers this year?
Just go Blazers.
Go Blazers. All right. I appreciate it. Good luck, and we'll be following you. And when you get that choice, when you make that choice where you go into football, I want to be there because I'd love to promote it.
I appreciate that.
Have a good one, Noah. And like you said, go Blazers.
Go Blazers.
Appreciate it. I mean, the young man is having a phenomenal season, over 600 yards in 4 games. They're 5-0. One game was forfeited. The kid's phenomenal. And from what I hear and from watching some highlights, he's a guy to be reckoned with, and hopefully he'll be taking that to the next level and making Bethesda proud. And he'll come back in 10, 20 years, and Coach won't recognize him either, but Coach will know that the kid loves him. But great story over there at Bethesda Academy. Like Coach Turner says, they had to walk first. He was part of that team that was 1-9, and look what they're doing in the senior year after a 5-0 start. Appreciate him coming in. So this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week from Bethesda Academy, Noah Jenkins. All right, next up, no commercial, Lawrence. No commercial, Lawrence. We're going to go straight to my next guest. Like last week, last week we had to go to church barbecue. Well, this guy now is at a soccer game. I don't know how he does it. I mean, he's got 90 kids on his football team. They're like his kids. He's got kids at home. He's got a wife, but he's got to juggle it like I used to do. Filling in for my guest who could not come on. Called him at the last minute. I really do appreciate this guy, and he's done a great job over there building the hill at Richmond Hill High School. Joining me on the Coach's Corner hot seat, the man himself, Matt Lazat. What's up, Coach?
Carl, what's happening, man? I'm good. Good.
Hey, it's Saturday morning. I had to go to the lineup, and I figured, hey, what? We covered it for the Prep Sports Report. I got to get this guy's intake on last night's game. And from what I hear, it was a packed house. It was exciting. You guys pulled it out 28-26. So tell us what happened last night at the Hill.
Well, I'll tell you, it's a matchup of two really good football teams. New Hampstead's as well coached as anybody. And, we feel really good about our football team, about what we can do, about where we've come from over the last, 5-6 years to be at this point in this moment. It was a heck of a night. It was homecoming. There were a lot of distractions. There was even some distractions on the field there for a little bit, but I was very proud of our guys. The one thing that we talk about is we're into elite preparation, Carl, and we feel like we have an elite program, and we just make sure our guys are focused on us and focused on what we're doing, what our job is, what our task is, and the fact that they remained focused last night with all the distractions, we had 3 long touchdowns called back. I had a news reporter say, I've never seen that many long touchdowns called back in my career, and a team won, right? And so, we're dealing with all this adversity with flags being thrown on the ground, and we still overcame it. And, we were 2-0 last night, so it worked out well for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Jeff Mola, who I found out used to work for the local newspaper, and he's been writing or covering stories for me. He was excited about coming up there. He's got a brother-in-law that lives in Richmond Hill. So, he said the same exact thing in his article. Go to the article on prepsportsreport.com. And, it's just a great recap of your game last night. All right, so standout players. Nick Bliss is off the charts. He's off the charts. You got a new quarterback. Talk about the kids that stood out last night. I know the whole team stood out because you got that W, but there were some special situations. I think Bliss had another 4 touchdowns last night?
Yeah, he had 4 touchdowns. And, Nick is a guy that's extremely blue collar. He doesn't say a word. He says, yes, sir. You ask him to do something. He's turning out to be our best player on the team. And he had such a strong offseason, been working with a chip on his shoulder. And he's just one of those guys that just continues to perform. He's steadfast. He's just right here all the time. He's an undersized guy. He when he walks in the room, you're not like, wow, man, look at that guy. But when he gets out on the football field, you're like, wow, look at that guy go. And he's ours. So, we get fired up about it. Kirk Scott, our quarterback, has played a tremendous ball, a stretch thus far, man. We're 4-1. The difference is, Carl, we're not turning the ball over on offense. We had a couple turnovers. We're 3 plays away from being undefeated right now. We had 4 turnovers against Ware County, and we're not turning the ball over. Very difficult to beat. We're still making some mistakes and having some penalties called, but we're playing solid and not turning the ball over. And like you said, he's new, but you wouldn't know that he's performing and doing some things out there that a lot of quarterbacks can't do. Making checks, it's pretty amazing. We got a bunch of guys. We play a bunch of guys on special teams, and not because we have to, because they want to, right? So we have a very young team again, and I think you and I have talked at length about this. About last year, we were all sophomores with a couple seniors starting and a few juniors, and now we have a few seniors starting, and we're all juniors. And these guys, they're just dying to stay on the field. And so, you got guys like Gabe Bowman, our starting middle linebacker that plays just about every special teams. Somebody like Aiden Grant. Aiden Grant is really popping off on film. I mean, his just athleticism, his speed, and he's just another guy that just shows up and works. And our defensive line's playing strong. Our offensive line, though, is our moneymaker, right? Like, those guys are just playing at a really high level right now. They're mashing opponents, and we're able to do some things. And when you're able to just sub guys out and put other guys in, it really helps those backs. Josh Troop is having a heck of a year. Elijah Blige is doing a great job. So many guys touched the ball last night. Coach Scott has done a great job putting those guys in a situation to be successful. And again, listen, it doesn't matter. We have touchdowns called back. We just reload and we go and march down the field. And I was really proud of how they did it last night.
You took my next question right away. Tell us about who's stepping up. And I know you can go on like me forever and ever. And you got a lot of talent over there. Perfect segue. Okay, I told you we'd get out of here before 10 because I know you got to go to the kickoff. Is that what they call it in soccer, a kickoff?
It's something. It's something. But my 5-year-old son, man, he loves it. This is his game day. He woke up this morning, and yesterday morning he wakes up before we go to school, and he's like, "Daddy, it's game day." And today it's my game day. And I was like, "Let's go, baby." So how can you not get juiced about that, right? Like,
no, you can't.
I can't wait. So we're gonna go enjoy the morning and perfect, beautiful weather, and man, just soak in this wind just for a little bit longer, man, and then on to the next. We got a heavy road ahead of us, man. We're about to run the gauntlet, Carl. And so
perfect segue. As John Nelson, the great Georgia public broadcasting sports guru, and I call him the voice of high school football. He took over Tommy Palmer's spot. You finished the first part of your season. That's your non-region. Now, the second part of your season is, because there's 3 parts, like a football team, is the region season. And I'm telling you right now, you got Coffee County. You got so many other teams coming up. I mean, so many other. Now you've got to get my schedule. I had my schedule in front of you. Okay, so you're Coffee, Camden, Valdosta, Lowndes, Colquitt. Now that's the gauntlet, Coach. Give me a quick insight about that.
Say that out loud one more time, Carl. Coffee, Camden.
Coffee, like New York. We're going to have a cup of coffee. You know what I mean?
Man, listen, and they're pretty stinking good at football too, right? But that's it. We don't play small ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're playing some of the best story programs in the state. The reason that 4 teams go to the state playoffs now is because of our region. Back in the day, I was told that yesterday. They're like, "Hey, there were too many good football teams in South Georgia that they had to let more in." And I'm like, man, it's crazy. Our region has 5 playoff teams. We're probably the only region in the state that has 5 playoff caliber teams. And it's just going to be a bear, man. Great coach. The best part about this is what the difference maker, right? You go through our Region 1 7A, and you're like, man, that football is great. The professionalism is great, Carl. Like, it is so elite in the fact of how the programs present themselves, how they prepare, how the game day atmospheres. I mean, there's no nonsense. It's so clean. The football games are so clean. It's amazing. It's amazing to be part of, and it's just a different level than what you get elsewhere. And so it's gonna be fun. Our guys are prepared. They saw what it was like last year, and they're back this year to be ready to go, and excited to get started. And we got Coffee. Is going to be our final non-region game. We got them at home, and then we've got a bye week before we get rolling with those 4 finales. So we just we're going to take it one step at a time, and continue to compete against all these top 10 teams in the state.
All right. Well, just make sure that you tell good old Coach Herron that the old guy who we had many battles in the early 2000s, Coach DeMasi says hello, because I can't believe he's still going strong in Camden County once again. With him at the helm has made a big difference.
Man, I tell you, and what a great guy. He's somebody. My college roommate played at Oconee County, and so when I got in this coaching deal, I reached out to him. I said, "Hey, Coach, I'm looking for a mentor. I want to talk to him." And he's been an open book on a lot of stuff, not some stuff. He's a little more closed off now that we're in the same region. But man, he's just been a great resource for me. Somebody that I can ask questions to, and he's so professional too. But he's a great guy, and the fact that you can have that much success and be a great guy, you just don't see it, Carl. You don't see it. This is such an egotistical profession that we work in, and man, it's so refreshing to see just a great guy that has a ton of success. And Yeah, I mean, you would never know talking to him, right? Like he's like, hey, we'll go play whoever, wherever. He's extremely competitive, but he's an awesome human being, and I love competing against him.
All right, quickly, big game today, right there on that soccer field. Give me your scouting report.
Listen, there are no goalies in the 6 under, so man, the goal is, can we kick it in the direction of the goal, and can we just not group up? We got to play to space, Carl. We got to play to space, okay? If we can do that, we're going to be just fine.
And remember, the ball's a magnet at that age, so everybody's going to be running to the ball.
Everybody. They spend about half of the time on the ground, so it's fun. It's fun. It's good to get these kids out here competing. It's about the only sport that's offered at this age, so it's awesome just to see these young kids compete, man. The coach in me. I just love it. I love it. Hey, let's go hustle. Let's not quit. Let's go have some fun. So I love it.
All right, Coach, wear the different hat today. You're the parent, not the coach. So
that's it.
Don't critique. It's his game day, Coach. It's his game day.
Hey, we're just gonna go. We're gonna go hard. He knows what building the hill's about now. That's our family lives by it. So let's go get it.
All right, if I don't talk to you, good luck against Coffee County, as we say in New York. You got to get some coffee, you know what I mean? But the Wildcats are going to drink this coffee this year and knock them off.
We're going to be ready to go. I promise you that. Thanks, Carl. I appreciate you having me on.
Hey, thanks for filling in. Appreciate it. Have fun.
Build the hill.
Go Cats. I mean, I got to thank Matt Lazat for coming on. Last minute situation with my guest that was supposed to come on, so hopefully I'll catch up with him. But, I mean, just what he's done at Richmond Hill is unbelievable. I mean, he's taken it to the next step. They've been playing in 7A. Like I said, they got to go with Coffee. They got to go with Camden. They got to go with Lowndes, Valdosta. I mean, Colquitt County. So, I mean, that is a pretty tough schedule that they got to hoe. And, it's pretty exciting that, this young man has got everybody excited there in Richmond Hill. And I'm glad that he could fill in and help me out. Well, Lawrence, I do apologize. I'm not going to make it even probably till 1 hour and 15 minutes because of today's schedule and how I had to cut the last guy short while he had to go watch his kid play soccer. So I'm not stopping him from doing it. But I got to thank Matt Lazat for filling in at short notice. Great story on the prepsportsreport.com website. Or if you want to go to Facebook, click on Facebook, get to the link, okay, and see what Jeff Moeller, who did a special story for the Richmond Hill New Hampshire game last night. And Coach was lying. In his article, you'll read they had 3 long penalties, and they would have been touchdowns that were called back. Also, don't check out Nathan Dominant's story. Nathan's a regular now. He's part of the Sports Report, Prep Sports Report crew. Great story on Savannah Christian against Savannah Country Day and how Savannah Christian's newcomers, besides the dynamic duo of Kenny Walls and Zoe Smalls, okay, and then of course the big time recruits Busey, Griffin. I mean, go check it out. Brooking. I mean, there are a lot of other guys stepping up there for Savannah Christian. Next Friday night in Pooler Stadium, where everything's cooler and pooler, the Raiders host Calvary Day School. Number 2 in the state versus number 5 in the state. It's going to be a packed house. You better get there early. You don't want to miss it. All right. Other than that, nice talking to you. We got one more segment to go. I got to thank the people who sponsor the show. Once again, you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here, live on the Soundgarden stage at Coach's Corner. John Henderson, if you're watching, I hope you feel better, brother. We miss you. Can't wait to see you come back here next Saturday morning. Say, what's up, Coach? Be right back. 3 minutes.
All the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt, Georgia. Because Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for over 20 years running. It's no wonder why there's always sports, live music in the Soundgarden, and delicious and abundance of pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick your favorite TV because Coach's is your place to be. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong since 1991 and is always open for dining service for lunch and dinner. Remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. Join John Henderson and the crew for the best burgers, wings, and now pizza too. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's right, remember that number, 912-352-2933. So make your next pit stop at Coach's Corner. And as always, make it a night to remember at Coach's. At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School, we consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. Come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian.
Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, at the Weatherton Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Weatherton Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Weatherington at the Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back, sports fans, to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, live at Coach's Corner on the Soundgarden stage, because I'm all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. And this is the last quarter, overtime quarter, where I get to show my favorite videos. I do Karl's Corner editorial. But once again, for all the people that are watching on Facebook, whether it's the Coach's Corner Facebook page, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report page, or the Prep Sports Report page, or the YouTube channel, or Twitter, okay, I'm all socially, internet's all over the place. John Henderson had a procedure Thursday. He's doing well. He's resting. If my good friend Lawrence Bennett has any information that he's watching, please put it in the comment box, because I know a lot of people are asking about him. The man is Savannah. The man is Coach's Corner. Him and his wife have been doing this for over 30 years. His family, his daughters. He's just a special guy. I mean, last week when he knew he was going for procedure, he was back here putting up a tarp so people can come out and enjoy the Soundgarden because of the rain. So he doesn't stop. He does it all for the community. Yes, of course, it's his business. We know that. Business running and doing the right thing. He does a great job. Don't forget, at 12 o'clock, we have the Georgia Southern watch party against Wisconsin right here at Coach's Corner. 3:30, don't forget, we have Georgia taking on South Carolina. And if your team plays all over the United States, you want to watch it, come to Coach's Corner. Ask one of the servers, the hostess, and they'll get it up there for you. All right, my 3 steps out the door. The first step, my 3 videos that I thought were amazing this week on social media. Well, the first is a local kid. Started at New Hampstead High School. Went to West Virginia. Now he's at Houston playing for the Houston Cougars, and he's the leading receiver in the conference. 1 minute of Sam Brown out of New Hampstead High School.
He is an incredibly explosive player. He's just Mr. Clutch this year. Another one of the weapons that this Cougar team has had. He made big plays last year. He continues to make big plays this year. So far, what we've seen from Sam Brown is he's your steady guy.
Smith runs it. It's caught by Sam Brown, fighting to the 15, to the 10. Sam Brown to the 10-yard line. What great second effort back to pass throwing. and it is caught there at the 30, the 20, 35, 40 at midfield. Foot race down the left sideline. He's
wants to go deep and is throwing deep down the middle of the field. And it's caught. What a throw. Samuel Brown.
Back to pass Smith. Passes it near side. Caught there by Brown. Brown trying to make some people miss. Reverses all the way to the right side. Cutting upfield to the 30. Has the corner. 20, the 15, into 10, at the 5.
Got to thank the Houston Cougars, Houston University, or the University of Houston, the Cougars, for posting that on Twitter. It is not mine. It's theirs. I am not stealing it. But how do you love the throwback Houston Oilers uniform that the Houston Cougars wore? And Sam Brown, outstanding football player at New Hampshire High School, basketball player, you name it. He's a local kid that's been doing good. You know, it's funny how two of our outstanding football players, of course, the Jet. Okay. Okay, now I got a complete blank. From Memorial Day School. Well, he was at New Hampstead. He was at Memorial Day School, was recruited by West Virginia, Winston Wright. Okay, Winston Wright. And then, of course, Sam Brown from New Hampstead also went to West Virginia. Now they've both gone to different schools. Winston Wright's coming off a major accident, and he's got, he had to take a year off, but he's back playing for Florida State. He was on the night that they took care of LSU, made a big catch, and now Sam Brown playing for the Houston Cougars is unbelievable. All right? There was nothing better than this. Wednesday night? I'm pretty sure it was Wednesday night. 6 NL East championships, division championships in a row. Here's the ending of the game. Thank you to Bally Sports.
2-2. Here it comes. Got him swinging, strike 3. And the Braves are National League East champions for the 6th year in a row. What an amazing era we're in the midst of, as it has been a 6-year run of dominance in the East, and the Braves can celebrate right here in Philadelphia on the Phillies' home field.
Let's try that one more time. I don't know why it's dark.
2-2. Here it comes. Got him swinging, strike 3. And the Braves are National League East champions for the 6th year in a row. What an amazing era we're in the midst of, as it has been a 6-year run of dominance in the East, and the Braves can celebrate right here in Philadelphia on the Phillies' home field.
I don't know what happened. I mean, you got them rushing out. You got them jumping all each other. And the second half of that short snippet didn't come out. But anyway, 6 years for the Atlanta Braves. You know what? You got to love live internets like live radio. I mean, you never know what's going to happen. All right, last night, I got to thank the guys at WSAV, the crew that does the Friday Night Blitz game. They're a bunch of great guys with their camera work. And, of course, Andrew Davis does a great job. So, I mean, it's just phenomenal. And, this was the catch of the night. This was the play of the night for all games. For all games. Okay, this comes from the WSAV Blitz recapping the games that took place yesterday. In my book, no matter where you are, no matter where you're in the country, Kenny Wall had a night for himself. He had a rushing touchdown. He had a receiving touchdown, which you're going to watch. He had an interception. Watch this kid catch this ball.
It is Blaze Thomas. He decides to throw a jump ball to Wall, and he comes down with it. The touchdown, my goodness. Hey,
that looked like Odell Beckham Jr.
He going to be playing on somebody's college team, I guess.
I got to watch it again.
Blaze Thomas. He decides to
Thomas,
throw a jump
let's it go.
Ball to Wall, and he comes down with it. The touchdown, my goodness. Hey,
that looked like Odell Beckham Jr.
He going to be playing on somebody's college team, I guess.
Now, I was there. So Walls tipped it with the defender, came down, hit his helmet, and he grabbed it off his helmet for the touchdown. That's got to be the play of the year, if you ask me. Just a great. And as Corey Howard and said, looks like Odell Beckham. So pretty impressive right there. All right. So Carl's Corner, Carl's editorial. What do I want to talk about? I guess you could say, let Dion do his thing, people. Let Dion do his thing. He's a salesman. He was a heck of a baseball player. He's selling his program to the United States, the University of Colorado, the Buffaloes, whatever you want to call them. I mean, they're taking on their rival, Colorado State, the Golden Rams today. And every time, we got to hear what the opposing coach is saying about Deion Sanders. Guys, the guy can coach. The guy can put a good group, guys and girls. The guy can put together a great coaching staff with a bunch of great football players. Yeah, he came into Colorado and told those players to look for somewhere else, go to the portal, because he's changing the culture at Colorado. And he is. But we have all these naysayers, all these haters. We're tired of hearing about it. We're tired of everybody talking about Deion. Deion Sanders is money. He was money at Florida State. He was money with the Falcons. He was money with the Cowboys. Look what he did for Jackson State. You get tired of hearing it. Let the guy coach. Let the kids play the game. And if Colorado wins a game, we're going to have more naysayers. It's just amazing that people can't let it go. You know, everybody hates a winner. They hate a winner. And Deion is a winner. No matter where he goes, he's a winner. All right? And, you know, after this game, he's got a tough road to hoe. He's got Oregon. He's got the Ducks, who's 13 in the nation. And then he's got USC, who's 5th in the nation. Let's see what he does. Give the man a chance. Let him coach his team. Just crazy. Just crazy. I just don't understand it. But that's the world we live in. Like Coach Lazat said, it's a very egotistical profession. Football, head coaches, whether it's high school, whether it's the youth leagues. It's out of control with what some of those coaches do. Matt Lazat is not one of those coaches, okay? But Deion is doing his job. He said he was going to come in, change the culture, change the environment, and Colorado's winning. They got to get by Colorado State tonight, and then they got Oregon. I don't know what it is. I never pronounce it right. Just like I don't say diabetes right. Diabetes, okay? I know. I stumble and bumble with names, with words, but you know what? It's a lot of fun doing this. But Deion Sanders is doing a heck of a job. And I'm not going to be an naysayer. Just let the guy do what he's doing, because he's doing it really well. All right. So, once again, Soundgarden stage. Let me get my slideshow up here so I can tell you who's playing in the Soundgarden. That's not it. Okay, Coach. I usually have it queued, but I forgot to do that during the break. Let me see. Slides. Soundgarden. There we go. I knew the coach could come through. All right. So last week it was the Yacht Club. Thursday night was the Squarlers with Rosie the Gator. Okay. Now, next week, there's nothing tonight, you know, except all football here. Nothing tonight. You can come watch Georgia Southern at 12. You can come watch Georgia at 3:30. Whatever game you want to watch tonight, you can come watch Deion Sanders and his Colorado Buffaloes play tonight. Next Saturday in the Soundgarden. So let's start with Friday night. Friday night, September 22nd, we have Pandora's Box, the Ultimate Aerosmith tribute band. Then they turn around here at Coach's Corner. And then we got Friends of Disabled Adults. What's the C stand for? It's the Friends of Disabled Adults and Children. Okay, and it's also the Alzheimer's Association Music Fest. Cracker will be featuring Cracker. We got Thomas Clayton in the Myth. I think we got Lauren Phillips. All right, there's one other one. There's 4 people playing that night, that Saturday. Come check it out. And then the following Friday night, we got Night Train, the Guns N' Roses tribute experience, because I guess Saturday's all and Sunday's all day football. And on October 27th, we have Departure and Back in Black. It's a double feature, Friday night, October 27th. So that's what we got in the Soundgarden. So I'm trying to stretch this out for my man Lawrence, trying to make it to 1 hour and 15 minutes. So, but anyway, that's all I got. A lot of big football games next week. Like I told you, we got, of course, Calvary against Savannah Christian. Class 3A, number 2 in the state, number 5 in the state, going at it at Pula Stadium, 7:30. If you plan on going, you better get there early. Other than that, please say a prayer for what's going on in Ukraine. Please say a prayer what's going on in this wacky, wacky world of ours, even here in the United States. Okay, and we just got to hang in there. And you know what? Sports takes us away from the negative things that go on in our life. Not everybody watches sports, but you know what? For me, it takes me away from those things. So whatever you're doing today or tomorrow, always hit it out of the park. And until I talk to you next week, may it be your best week ever. God bless. Peace out. Go Eagles. Go Dogs. Go Yellow Jackets. Go Tigers. Go Panthers. I got a lot of teams I'm rooting for today. And, of course, tomorrow, go Falcons. Talk to you later.